you get these games now, like the fun is missing because the game's not completed. You have to buy all these different like microtransactions. But the dumb thing is too, is that it's also kind of like the gamer's fault as well because we buy the stuff.
Welcome back to Sun City SITREP. I'm your host, Deshaun Johnson, but you could call me DJ. And today I'm here with my co-host, Albert, and we have a special guest. It's Daniel from Damascus Gaming. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
What's up? What's up? You guys have seen me before on an episode. And yeah, this is my second one, so I'm excited to sit down here with Daniel, the CEO of Damascus Gaming.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome. My name is Dan Teske. I'm the CEO of Damascus Gaming, El Paso's premier esports organization. And over here to my left, I've also got Albert. Albert, any words? Good stuff.
Sick.
How y'all doing, man?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, dude. I'm excited to be here. This set, by the way, is crazy. I have to say that just real quick. Like, if you all have not like ever walked into this set, by the way, it looks phenomenal.
Thank you.
I love this. This is awesome.
It was a lot of work. This wall's fake over here.
Yeah.
All of the walls are fake. It was a lot of preparation put into this.
Oh,
No, I feel that because I built mine as well. So whenever I walk in, everyone always goes like, dude, it looks great. But then I see it and I go, dude, there's so many flaws y'all don't see. Thank God. It's crazy.
No, I really like your setup though. Like,
No, I appreciate it.
Like we went up there to go film last, what was it, Saturday?
Yeah, it was for the Smash Bros. Arcadian event.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That was my first time up there. Beautiful place. I gotta say,
appreciate it.
It's
Yes,
really
sir.
nice. Like, I kind of want to start going there just to start game.
Come on
Yeah,
down.
for sure.
So that is what it is there for. So no, man, I'm super excited to be here though, for real. So.
Like I noticed that you have a lot of like tabletop games, like normal, like the stuff that people normally don't play in like tournaments in El Paso, really.
So that's actually the interesting thing about it too. So I actually used to think that as well. So the whole trading card side, I never really got introduced to it until I actually got on Fort Bliss. So I met a bunch of people over there that actually played a lot of games like that. And so when we started up Damascus Gaming, we had this thought process of, hey, we really want to diversify, right? We don't just want to do esports. We don't just want to do gaming. We also want to do tabletop stuff. And when we started bringing in all of the tabletop games, I thought there's no way this is going to make all this money. There's just no way. Tabletop is massive. It's funny. We host more organized events and tournaments for tabletop than we do for esports. Yeah. It's nuts. So we like every single week we're doing One Piece, Magic, Lorcana, Flesh and Blood. It just never stops. Then we have the new Gundam coming out. Riftbound, which is a League of Legends based TCG, is dropping here pretty soon too. It's insane. And I never had any comprehension of how big TCG was until we started doing it. It's crazy. Like I never would have imagined it. But yeah, the tournaments and events are huge.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
That's it. Yeah. Like a lot of us here, like the four of us in the office, we're usually playing like Master Duel. We're playing Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, the TCG game.
Absolutely.
It's insane. And like we're watching you and we're thinking about going up there.
Come on down. And actually, speaking of Master Duel too, by the way, I'll say this, a little bit of a hint. We're actually getting Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot sooner than we thought we were going to get it. So
really?
Next week we might have Yu-Gi-Oh!
I was literally just about to ask that. I was like, I've seen like all the card games you guys have, and I was like, I have not seen Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is on the way.
Yo.
So y'all got to come down and try some Yu-Gi-Oh!
I think that's going to be the thing that definitely gets us
Sounds
in there.
like a plan.
Is it going to be like the actual like physical cards?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yep.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I don't have any.
No, we're gonna have to start collecting. We're gonna have to start collecting.
Hey, don't worry, we'll be selling them. Come down and like just make yourself a good deck. It's all good. Got you covered, man. We sell everything too. So literally, we sell everything.
That's gonna be sick.
Yeah, man.
No,
Those Yu-Gi-Oh decks, dude, they get expensive.
They can. Oh yeah, 100%. That's the thing though. Like TCG though is interesting because you have decks that are very expensive, but you also have certain game types. So like in Magic the Gathering, they have what's called Pauper. You can only use common and uncommon cards. So it keeps the decks a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So you can get into Pauper, man, for, I mean, honestly, like as cheap as like 20 or 30 bucks for an entire deck. You just go and buy just like a whole bunch of bulk and just build it out that way. So, but then you also have, styles, like modern or standard where you're spending, thousands of dollars to get like a good competent deck for certain tournaments and events. So like TCG, like you have like both spectrums. You have the super expensive, and you have the super cheap. Just depends where you want to go. I like the super cheap side, because I don't like buying expensive cardboard. But hey, that's just me.
I respect it.
Yeah.
It's
Just
understandable.
put it in a space of plastic.
Yeah, exactly.
What a great 10.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
talk to me, like, what made you want to open this up?
Yeah, so that's the crazy thing, right? So I never had any aspirations for starting my own company. It was not something that I ever thought that I was going to do. Since I was a young kid, for me, it was all about being in the military. So that's what I did when I first got out of college. For 9.5 years, I was just in the military. And I got married. I had kids. My priorities kind of started to shift. And what ended up happening is that back when Halo Infinite first came out, I started up a little Discord. It's actually originally called A Bad Notion. And it was kind of this joke, hey, it's a bad idea to mess with us. That was kind of like the joke that we had. But it was never meant to be a company. It was just a small community to come hang out with. But it started to grow and explode. And then through that server, I actually met Luis, who's now my chief operations officer. And we had a very late night conversation going, hey, we feel like we can make this into something else. Where can we take this? And then from that point forward, we just started to accelerate. So, we started the original server back in December of 21 for A Bad Notion. By August of 2022, we had renamed and formed the LLC for Damascus Gaming. And then from that point forward, now we're signing professional teams. So we're getting into actual esports. So we're signing for Halo. We're signing for Trackmania, Mortal Kombat. And then the real question turned into, okay, how are we going to fund ourselves? I don't want to rely on sponsors. I don't want other people to drive where the company goes. I want us to be kind of behind the wheel on this thing. And one of our original members was like, hey, man, we should start our own LAN center. It's kind of like this little joke, like, yeah, dude, right, sure, we have the money to do this. Less than a year later, we started the LAN center. So we went down, we were going like all over the place. We found the shops of Solana. They had a really good location. So we took that spot, kind of built the whole place out, and now we're sitting here. So we still have our 3 teams, and we're doing events all the time, and we're, driving El Paso esports forward.
That's
sick. It's crazy when you think about it.
So is that the first place you guys set up at the shops at Solana?
So people, it's so funny whenever like I look on like Reddit or any of like the social feeds across El Paso, people think that we're a franchise. We're not a franchise. There's only one Damascus Gaming. That is it. There's no other locations that like ever.
Sick.
The 3 of us self-funded the entire thing. So like we didn't even take out loans. We just built the entire location on our own. Which is insane to kind of think about. But yeah, we're not a franchise. We are local El Paso based. There's no other, and no matter how big we get to, we're not going outside of El Paso. We are El Paso's premier esports organization. We want to be what the Chihuahuas are for baseball, what the Locomotives are for football. We want to be that for esports. That's what we're working towards every single day. That is our entire goal. So we have a lot of really big things coming up very, very soon. We're definitely trying to sign some pretty big esport teams here, but we're getting there, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Most definitely. Like, I was walking through your whole center, I was like, this had to have cost a fortune.
Yeah, it definitely did. It was not cheap, and that's the reason why people look at us and they go, dude, just gotta be a franchise. Like, who's funding this on the back end? And it's like, nah, man, it was just us. Like we built this thing out.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, I mean Luis put a whole bunch of money into it. I put money into it. Craig, our chief events officer, put money into it. And it's cool too because with our dynamic, like I would say, like I'm the CEO, but we all operate on equal footing. So the way that the company works is not like I come up with something, hey guys, get it done. The 3 of us sit at like the round table and we're all equal voices. And it's why the company is so effective. Because one thing I don't want is ever for DG to turn into is like a micromanaged company. For me, it's let people have creative freedom to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
If you let people run, they're gonna bring great results back. It's if you have to micromanage somebody, they're not in the right position. They shouldn't be there in the company. So when we hire people, I'm hiring for the point of let people run and do what they want to do.
I'm speechless.
The way that I really like the way that you put that, because there's a way that certain employees work that's like, nah, I can't work like this. Like, if you're gonna micromanage me, you're hindering my efficiency, my creativity, and it It gets annoying. It
Yeah.
gets annoying.
It really does, and that's the reason why. Like, I say it's like it's funny. Like for me, I've only been like a CEO for like less than 3 years at this point, but I learned a lot of lessons in the military. I have a lot of really great mentors that are around me, and the thing that I heard so many times over is if you hire right the first time, you'll never have to micromanage a day in your life. And that to me is the most critical thing. So if you're going to bring somebody onto your company, make sure you're hiring for the right reasons. Like, yeah, man, I get it. He might be your best friend. He might be family, might be whatever. They might not be the right fit though.
Right.
Bring on the right people and then just let them run. Just give them like all the leash that you possibly can. And you're going to see great things happen. And that's the reason people come in on time and they go, hey man, I've got questions about like the TCG side. The TCG side belongs to Craig. That's his baby, and he runs that thing every single day. We just let him run with it, and it's exploded because of that. I don't know TCG stuff. Same thing, we have Caleb. He's our he does all of our fighting game stuff. He's been running fighting games for over 3 years. That's what he does.
So
he runs tournaments. So as CEO, I come in and be like, yo, hey, we're gonna do this my way. But he already has 3 years of experience. So if I were to run it, it would fail. It'd be horrible. It just wouldn't work very well. So we told Caleb, do whatever you want to do what works, and he just runs with it, and it functions better than I think. Me saying there and being like, hey, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z. Follow my lead. Do this, do that. No, get out there and go. So it's cool because different people in the company will take leads different times. We go, hey man, we're just gonna follow you on this. Yeah, you have a really good idea. Let's just get this done. And I feel like more companies should do that, but.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. I think the team that you have has their passion.
Yeah.
And they're, putting that passion into practice.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I really like the way that you put that and the way that you run things. That's a beautiful thing.
No, we love what we do. I mean, it's definitely like a lot of work. There are definitely times, like last night we were running our Call of Duty Online Borderlands League until I think it finally ended at like 2:15, so we actually walked out of the LAN center like in the morning. And I had been there since like 10:45 that morning. But for me, it's when you love what you do, and you love people that you work with. Like I love all the guys that I work with. It's not really work. We have so much fun being there and doing stuff. And it's just a blast. I mean, like I can't see myself doing anything else. And I really think that the community and the family that we've built with Damascus Gaming, because it's not just us, it's also all of the community that come out too. Yeah, everyone that walks through those doors, that hangs out in our Discord, that plays in our tournaments, it's that vibe is so unique and so special. I've been told many times over, dude, if you could just bottle that and find a way to sell it, you'd make billions. But I just go, dude, like there's really no way to do that. Like it's just such a special thing that we've created, and I just want to let it thrive. That's just my biggest thing with all this stuff is just let it thrive.
Hell yeah.
So we're doing.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously going like really well for you. So just keep on the grind, dude.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's not the same thing, man. Like when we came on, with like VP marketing and stuff, it's the same thing like with you guys. Like I feel like you guys are an extension of like what we do. It's phenomenal. Like I'm able to reach out to you guys like all the time. Constantly, like I never have a bad interaction with you guys. I love surrounding myself with great people. And I consider you guys like the exact same thing. Like I love that, man. I mean, I love being around great people.
Appreciate it. Thank you. We really do appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So talk to me about your gaming history. Like, do you compete?
Where did you start?
So that's this is funny, right? So I of course, I mean, like when I was younger, everyone has like that short span of, dude, I'm gonna be a professional gamer when I grow up. It definitely was never realized, right? No, so I really got into gaming. My first console ever was a PlayStation 1.
Same.
It was funny. So I'm going to date myself pretty hardcore on this, but Circuit City was where I bought my PlayStation 1. So
oh my goodness.
I loved Circuit City, and it's no longer around. And I know that like I'm getting older now because when I was talking to some people about Circuit City, like, dude, what the heck was Circuit City? I'm just like, dude, it's not good, man. But yeah, so we were walking through Circuit City, and I bought a PS1 for $60 brand new off the shelf because it was a new slim version. And I remember just getting sucked into playing Gran Turismo. I mean, of course, I've been playing games at my friend's house, but I never had my own console. So I grew up playing like the SNES, the Genesis, the N64, but the PS1 was my first real console.
Mhm.
And so I started playing that a lot, playing Gran Turismo, Spyro, things like that. And
Yes.
then got into, my brother bought me a GameCube, and that got me into all of the Nintendo awesomeness, like Melee, Wind Waker,
yeah.
like all that good stuff. But it wasn't until I got into the original Xbox.
Mhm.
So I loved first-person shooters. I loved the mechanics of them. I loved playing multiplayer. But the thing was, because I owned all of the first-person shooter games, no one else in my neighborhood did, I was a beast at them. So all of my friends would get wrecked by me, and they were like, "We're not going to play this game with you." So I'd be like, "This isn't fun." I find Halo, and then I find multiplayer, and that's when, for me, like, gaming just exploded for me. You know, the story for Halo was unreal. Like, Halo Combat Evolved will always be my favorite campaign. But Halo 2, Halo 3 multiplayer was just next level. Getting into Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, and it just kept going and going. And for me, it was, gaming became such a big social thing for me. And I was not a very big like popular guy back in that time. Like, for me, it was, I just played with my friends online.
Respect.
And so that was, gaming was such a big cornerstone for me. So when I went out to college and joined the military, you know, gaming just kind of followed me along. And it was through Halo that I found esports, because Halo 2's MLG scene was big.
Yeah.
So I loved watching, like, T Squared and, like, the Ogre Twins and, like, Walshy and, like, all these guys, watching them compete up on like the main stage, being like, dude, that is just such a cool thing. The fact you can get paid to play Halo at the highest level. Watching Walshy get, like, the Red Bull sponsorship, watching you know, like, T Squared and, like, Straight Rippin' get sponsored by Dr. Pepper. It was huge. Yeah, so, like, for me, that was, like, my gaming experience, was, like, Xbox just sucked me into their multiplayer, like, ecosystem hardcore.
Yeah.
You know, now, of course, like, it's changed. Like, now, like, I'm playing on PC, and I got, like, all the money, so I get to, you know, play, like, the nice super expensive stuff. But no, like, I always look back to those days, man. Like, that, like, the Xbox, the original Xbox and the 360 to me was like my golden era of playing video games. And I missed it, man. I missed those times. Like, I feel like we've lost some of that social aspect, which for me is why the Land Center is so cool, because now we're kind of bringing that back in El Paso, which is cool. So,
I feel that.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely miss those original Xbox and Xbox 360 days.
Oh man, dude, the library was so good.
They had, like, some of the best games, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Walking into GameStop and you see that super long line of Xbox games, you're like, oh, I'm in heaven. So.
Yeah, I'm like, what $20 game am I gonna get right now?
Mom, please, can I get $40 today? Nope. All right, fair. Yep.
It's like, no M-rated? Okay. No, I used to hate walking into GameStop and then I'm trying to buy an M-rated game with my parent. And you're like, are you sure you want to get this for your child?
Oh, yeah.
Because there's nudity and violence and cuss words. And I'm like,
dude, I will never forget. So this is just like a super funny story. So I love my grandparents to death, but my grandpa and I were, like, out walking through, like, the shopping mall area. And he was like, hey, like, I know you like playing video games. You want to buy a video game? And so I go walking, like, this is me just being, like, this little punk kid that I was when I was younger. I was such, like, I can't believe I'm telling the story.
No worries.
We go in, and I'm trying to buy Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for the PS2.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm this young kid. And I'm like, my grandfather doesn't know about the rating system. There's no way that he's going to say nothing. So I walk up, and I put the game on the counter. You know, it's just little old me. And this GameStop employee looks my grandpa in the eyes and goes, sir, it's my job to let you know there's nudity, bada, bada, bada. And my grandpa's like, pick something else. I was just like, oh, grandpa, no. But it was super funny, man. But, like, yeah, I had that experience. And that's why years later, when I started working for GameStop, and I'm like, you would think, remembering all those horrible memories of being like watching the GameStop employee, like, don't say it,
yeah,
and they would do it anyway. You think that I would take the high road and be like, I'm not going to say anything? Nah, man. Hey, man, there's nudity, and blah. Watch the kid just, like, melt through the floor. Like, yep, I had to suffer. You have to suffer. Oh man, good times.
No, but how do you feel about gaming now? Because, like, we're talking in the office, and we feel like gaming is getting
yeah
more, you know,
Like
microtransaction-y,
yeah, like the
and
quality
it's
is
not
not
about
good. Like I
the
feel
fun anymore.
I feel like majority of the games are just like getting like so rushed that they're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
getting completed and they come
So-
out so bad.
Yeah.
So this is the thing, and I think I'm a big video game history guy.
Mhm.
I've really been spending like a lot of time like going back and looking at a lot of the history and whatnot. There is a difference with developers and publishers now than there ever was in the past. So when you look at like Bungie, for example, just kind of go back like on the Halo
Okay.
train, right? Bungie was a small studio that really enjoyed just making video games.
Yeah, I see it.
The issue is that there's this big fight between publishers and developers. So that the developer, like Bungie, Blizzard, etc., these guys just enjoy making quality video games and they put a lot of work into it. What ends up happening though is that the publisher comes in and they go, "Hey, you know, we're paying for this project. We expect an ROI. We want a return on this. So how are you going to monetize this? And how soon can you get this game out?" So they end up pushing the developer to put the game out sooner than what they should. Now that's always been the case. Like you look at like Atari and Warner, for example. You know, like Warner would tell Atari, "Hey, get these games out fast as you possibly can." But the reality is that it's the publisher that's driving these decisions to like be done. You know, so every bad decision, for example, you know, say like with, you know, Halo or Destiny or whatever, that was the publisher reaching out telling Bungie, you know, "Hey, do these things faster." So when you look at microtransactions, it's a twofold issue. It's the first one is developers are no longer releasing feature complete games because we've gotten stuck in this beta world now. So it's, hey, we're going to release the game in beta. You're only going to get a handful of features and you have to pay for these additional features, or we're going to do microtransactions. So, hey, like, do you want to buy really cool cosmetics? Do you want to buy advanced features in the game? You know, I make fun of Star Citizen all the time. I call it Store Citizen. But if you have to spend thousands of dollars to get really cool ships, to me, I just go, that just sucks the fun out of the game for me.
It does.
Because now I'm paying to win. And you can argue that, yes, you can grind and unlock those ships in Store Citizen. But why would I do that when I can buy it? Because if I have to grind for 3 to 4 to 5 months to unlock that ship and then I lose it when the wipe happens next month, whereas you get to buy it off the rip and you get it right away, why am I going to do that? And I think that we've gotten stuck in this position now where it's the publishers are coming and they're saying, we want to make a lot of money. And it just sucks the fun out of video games.
Yeah.
And I think that Grand Theft Auto 6 is really going to devastate a lot of developers and publishers next year because Rockstar is doing what Blizzard used to do, which is they don't care about getting their game out in a quick manner. They want to get the game out when it's ready. So they'll push the game back 3, 4, 5 times. They'll make you wait 15 years.
Yeah.
But you're going to get a feature complete game. And that I think is really what gets a lot of people because you get these games now, like the fun is missing because the game's not completed. You have to buy all these different like microtransactions. But the dumb thing is too, is that it's also kind of like the gamer's fault as well because we buy the stuff. If you want to see a change in how business is done in the video game industry, stop buying it. If you put money towards something, they're going to keep doing it. This is what's crazy. The first, I think it's for World of Warcraft, it was the first, like, their like first unicorn, like their, it was like the cosmetic, like the horse you could ride. It was a sparkling unicorn. That $15 microtransaction made more than StarCraft 2 did, like the video game did in its entire life cycle. That one single microtransaction. So when you ask the question, like, hey, like, why do companies push microtransactions? That's why.
Yeah.
They're making millions of dollars off of microtransactions because they go, dude, we make really cool skin, really cool feature. People are going to want to pay for it. So, and that's just, you know, like, they're going to do what gamers are paying for.
Yeah.
They have to like pay for salaries and everything else. So that's really what it comes down to. So if you want microtransactions to go away, you got to stop buying them. And that's the issue, by the way. Like, they're never going to go away.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We are locked in a position now where that's just going to be what continues on. So,
and I'm not gonna lie, I'm really scared because playing Skate 2, Skate 3, and now they're coming out with a new one and seeing how they added in skins. And it's gonna be free to play. I'm really scared for Skate. I'm really scared for
There's
Skate.
going to be a lot of microtransactions, and that's the thing. Like, it always starts off small. When when you look at Call of Duty's microtransactions, for example, it didn't start off, with what we have right now. Yeah, like you could buy a couple operators, you could buy a couple skins. Now it's to the point where if you're getting knocked out of a game by somebody, like what they use pops up. Hey, by the way, you can go to the store and buy this right
what
now.
they have.
Oh, hey, by the way, like you want to buy like better audio in the game, you can buy that now too, like in the store. It's gone straight.
Is that
to
true?
pay to win.
Better
Yeah.
audio is crazy.
What the hell? That's crazy to me.
Yeah, they had it was an audio amplifier. I don't know if it's still in or not because I really don't play Call of Duty all that much. But yeah, like that was in there for a while. It might still be in. I don't know. But yeah, you could spend. I think it was like anywhere from like $10 to $15. But yeah, like you unlocked a better audio perk.
And thinking about it, like how Mortal Kombat had the easy fatality. Get the hell out of here! And
Yeah.
you have to buy it multiple times
Yeah.
to use an easy fatality, a move that no one's moving. They're
Yeah.
just sitting there. Why?
Yep.
I just want to press 2 buttons and get it done. Why is it so? Why?
But this is the thing, and it's also like where it comes into the other issue right now with video games too, right? The pay to win issue.
Yeah.
So like people all the time go like, dude, I don't understand like why there's cheaters, man. It like you have to think about this. Cheaters, when you look at like the same reason why would you buy a skin that helps you like hide like in like a map in Call of Duty more? Why would you pay for better audio? Why would you pay for like an easier fatality? Like all these things. It's whatever advantage they can give themselves to, in their mind, be a better player, they're going to pay for it. So, these kids that go out there, and cheats, by the way, are not inexpensive. I used to think that like people just going online and just like grabbing these things for like free or whatever. There's full out cheat developers that you go and buy the software from, and they update it all the time. So like you're paying for this thing consistently. You get walls and aimbot and like all this other crazy stuff. It's one of the reasons why like I love playing Escape from Tarkov too. I stopped playing Escape from Tarkov because the cheating scene is so bad in that game.
I heard that.
Yeah.
But once again, the same people that would pay for the easy fatality, that would pay for like improved audio, there's a smaller subset of that group that will also pay for, hey, I want the cheating advantage because I want to win.
That's crazy.
That's where we're sitting at right now is people don't mind paying to have an advantage over other players. And Star Citizen, once again, just did that as well. They brought out, they call them AI blades, where basically, so on different ships, as you buy bigger and bigger ships, you have more turrets, more engineering spaces and stuff. You can buy AI blades to where the ship does that for you automatically. So now you can be a pilot and buy like 5 or 6 AI blades, and now the turrets will lock on everybody around you because you paid for it. And then it starts lighting everybody up. So you don't even have to fill out your ship with your friends. You can now pay for Chat GPT to come into your. I'm not kidding about Chat GPT, but it's gonna show up and just wreck everybody around you.
That's crazy, man.
And it's per blade. And by the way, you cannot unlock that in the game right now. You have to pay for that feature. If you want AI blades, you cannot unlock it. You cannot grind for that and purchase it with in-game currency. You have to pay with in-world cash and pay for that.
That's insane.
So yeah, go ahead and try to get your overtime at Waterburger because you need to pay for your AI blades to be able to win in Star Citizen. So there you go. But yeah, it just sucks the fun out of it for me.
Yeah.
It just does. Like, and that's and that to me is where we're getting to in video games, and it's why like it makes us sad now, because when we were trying to run our online league for Call of Duty, and I get it, we had so many people jumping on like our TikTok comments going, dude, we don't want to play because of the cheating pandemic. People are paying to win.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to deal with this. And part of me is like, guys, like I get it, but you still play. But the other part of me is like, dude, I fully understand what you're saying. Like that's what's like my biggest thing is if I was like getting like wrecked in Tarkov, there's always that part in the back of my head that goes, dude, was that guy cheating?
Yeah.
It pulls that experience of going like, hey man, like good job. Like you got the drop on me that time. Like GG's. There's always now that thought that goes, was that guy actually better than me? Or was he paying for radar? Was he paying for walls? Was he paying for aimbot?
No,
I don't know.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I don't know anymore. And that's like the big issue now. Like I play Call of Duty, the exact same thing. I go like, did I really lose to that guy? Or, was he paying for an advantage? And it sucks because I'm one of those guys, man. Like if you beat me, I'm like, dude, like good job. Like,
yeah.
like you earned that victory. But like the cheating pandemic, man, is just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It sucks.
And it's also that factor of like trying to go back to old games like Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
Hop in a lobby in that.
You
Bro,
got people
that
flying
game is
around the lobby,
cheater
man.
central,
Yeah.
bro.
It's crazy.
They just don't
insane.
care about the old stuff anymore. But
Yeah.
even though we do, we suffer the most from it.
Yeah, and that also like, and it's hard because, and I will say this as a company, I understand, you know, if you're keeping servers are not cheap.
Mhm.
It does cost a lot of money to keep that stuff updated. You know, do I think that they should throw at least a couple people towards it and be like, hey, like at least keep some type of updates going towards it? Yeah, for sure. But it's also hard to justify expenses. But then there's also the part of me that goes, dude, as a consumer, I go, how many millions of dollars did you guys pull off of that freaking like audio buff you guys were like having people buy on Black Ops 6?
Honestly, yeah.
Y'all can't take a couple thousand and throw it towards keeping the server updated. But that's the thing, man. Like I'm not in that side of it, so I really can't speak to it. I'm in esports, TCG, that side. That's what I'm an expert at. When it comes to making video games, running servers, like all that stuff, dude, that is so far outside of my purview of experience and expertise. I can't speak to it. I don't know what that would look like for costs. I just know that it does cost a pretty good penny. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
So
What do you think
don't know.
about the whole EA thing with Madden right now? Because there's this thing where
Ooh.
they've literally been like giving the same exact product year after year.
Oh,
And
it's just like
they've-
the reskin of products?
Yeah,
like
they've
that
been
issue?
caught like even reusing the same assets, and
That's always gonna exist.
it's insane.
That's
I was like,
so Call of Duty, just so you know, like they do the exact same thing. So like they have not really updated their in-game engine. Like it's been the same engine, just like better graphics every single time. That's always gonna be a thing. Actually, I think Black Ops 6 was the change in that. But no, so like when it comes to sport games, like whenever you're looking at games, you really cannot develop a game from scratch in under a year. It's unfortunate. It just is what it is. Especially when you look at how many features and graphics and all that stuff, like it gets very, very difficult to do that. Now, you know, we look at EA, they have probably thousands of, you know, in-house developers and stuff. So I don't really can't really speak to that. But you know, it doesn't surprise me. I don't necessarily have like an opinion on it because I'll say this, like I don't really play sport games. They've not really ever appealed to me. I know a lot of guys that grind like Madden, 2K, like all that stuff, and like more power to you, like if you want to do that. But it doesn't surprise me. I don't know, man. I feel like if you want a totally different experience, you have to step outside of your comfort zone and play something new. That's kind of my, like, if you want to play sport games, like you're gonna kind of expect you're gonna get the same kind of thing every single year. Nothing wrong with that. But just saying, like, try something different. I love trying indie titles too, by the way. If y'all don't play indie titles, try out indie titles. There's a lot of really great indie games out there that will just blow your mind away. So
most definitely.
But yeah, what's your thought on it? That's what I'm curious about. Like, how do you feel about them reskinning stuff?
I don't know, like they've been removing features and like, and in the next year they'd come out with the new game and be like, oh, this is a new feature we just implemented, and it's like the same one from like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
like they're just taking stuff out, putting it back in.
Yeah.
They're reusing like the same assets. Like I think it was Madden 24. It had 23 in the stadium.
That's
So
unfortunately.
it was just like they get really lazy, and
Yep.
it's just like nothing changes.
For sure. It's that happens, unfortunately, like I said, a lot with developers. Like that was my biggest thing. Like when Halo Infinite came out, I'm like, dude, why do we not have pre and post game chat? This is a thing that's been around since Halo 2. I don't understand why we cannot have pre and post game chat. You know, when I was talking, like, I was one of the few guys excited for Marathon before all of the issues popped up with them stealing assets from creators. So they plagiarized like a whole bunch of people. They just like went in there and just stole a bunch of stuff.
Crazy.
And I was one of the few guys that was like, dude, I'm pumped for this game because once again, I play Escape from Tarkov. I love extraction shooters. That's an extraction shooter. So I'm like, let's go. This might be the Fortnite of extraction shooters. But then you go and you talk to Bungie and you're starting to give them feedback because I got access to the closed alpha test. And I'm going, hey guys, this is our feedback. We want certain things. I want proximity chat. I want to be able to go in solo. I want to be able to do all these different things. And the company comes back and goes, yeah, we heard you, but now, you see the sky is blue. And it was like, dude, like, I don't understand why you're deflecting all this stuff.
Yeah.
one of the biggest things about an extraction shooter is the proximity chat gives you the ability to talk to people that you're running into. So like in Escape from Tarkov, there's been a bunch of funny moments like where you'll run up on another squad, get into a big firefight, and you're talking smack or you're negotiating for your life because you know you're about to get wrecked. So it's like you need that in that type of game. But Bungie was just going like, hey man, we aren't going to put that in there. Now the game got ripped to shreds and like delayed it. Now they're going back and saying, hey. So for me, it's once again, it's the gamers have a voice. You know, like so like for me, like if they're pulling stuff out, like as I said, like I really don't like track Madden all that much, but if they're pulling stuff out, gamers need to get out there and be like, hey, we're not gonna buy this next iteration. If you're just gonna recycle and then say like, oh hey, by the way, yeah, so we're adding this new feature to Madden 2028 called diving. Your character can now dive, and it's like, dude, that was a feature.
Black Ops 2,
right? You know, you're right. But if you're gonna do stuff like that, we're not gonna buy your game. We're gonna make you realize, hey, you can vote with your dollars. Like, I mean, that's what it comes into. Like, if you tell a developer, like, hey, I'm not gonna buy your game. That's why when Modern Warfare 3 came out, I did not buy Modern Warfare 3 for the re-release because they had said during Modern Warfare 2, we're not gonna release a game for next year. We're gonna push it back. So I said, cool, I'm gonna buy your more intense edition, because I'm like, thank you for not releasing another game until the following year. And then literally within 6 months, like, hey, by the way, Modern Warfare 3 is still coming out at the end of this year. And I'm like, so why did I buy this version? I'm not buying Modern Warfare 3. So I didn't buy it. I was like, nah, man, I'm good, appreciate it. Like, I'm not doing that. So, you know, and of course, like, did I make a dent? Absolutely not. But for me, I was like, I'm going to stand on this. Like, no, like, I made a decision to buy Modern Warfare 2's bigger edition off of what you had said when the game came out. So if you're going to go back on your word, I'm not going to buy your next product.
I think the only time people were okay with like buying extra stuff for their games was like map packs.
DLC.
Because it was you got your value from it because you get what, like 5-6 maps for $15.
Yeah, it was great.
I couldn't even afford it, but I used to miss that.
No, I hear that. That was, I remember when I got my job at Safeway, man, and I'd be like, dude, let's put that $50 aside for when like the map pack job. I'm like, got it, man. But dude, that was like, dude, Halo 3, man, was awesome with that because Bungie, back when they were a great company, they released map packs and they would also release free maps. And you had forge, so you could make your own maps. So just all like the content just never stopped. Look at Counter-Strike, all the custom maps in Counter-Strike. And that game is free. Like they have like the all like the skins and stuff that like you can buy and everything. But you know, you still have so much content in that game. It's crazy. Like that for me is give gamers content, man. They will follow you to the ends of the earth. But if you do what other companies like Madden's doing, for example, you know, hey, we're just gonna reskin it. Oh, hey, by the way, you know, this is a brand new feature. Like, dude, actually, it was in the game 3 years ago. Thanks for calling me stupid. Like I would not remember that. Like that's my big thing too is companies need to start learning about how to be transparent. If you make a mistake, do something wrong, own it the first time. Don't try to sweep it under the rug. People are gonna find out. It's not that hard to figure out when someone makes a mistake. And I feel like way too many companies are just like, no, shh, don't tell anybody. And it's like, no, dude, like I'm telling you, people are gonna find out. Like for Bungie to have released assets in the closed alpha that belong to somebody else and not even credit that person.
That was insane.
We're not going to find out about it. You have like hundreds of thousands of people looking at your game. And no one's going to catch it. Like, come on. It's crazy. It's crazy. Don't steal. That's a big thing too. Don't steal from people. But
no, I feel that.
It's horrible. I hate that. Multi-million-dollar companies stealing from people, dude. It's crazy.
It is.
They could have just hired him or hired her. I'm not sure if it's him or her. So
or just bought the asset.
Assets. That's what I'm saying. Like, just pay. If you like them that much, reach out and ask. Like, you know how much of like a boost of confidence it would have been to that creator to have been like, hey, we like your stuff a lot. We want to pay you for this. I'd have been through the roof. Like, are you kidding me? I get to be like, do I get to be in the credits too? Yeah, sure. Like, oh, that's amazing. Dude, I would have lost my mind. Like, that's like, I mean, that's such a huge boost to a small creator. But no, now you've put this person in like this really bad position where do I say anything? Do I talk to legal? You put so much pressure on it. And I just feel like, unfortunately, like so many publishers and developers have gotten to this point where how do we extract the most cash versus how do we make the greatest game possible and support a community that's going to be the best it can possibly be.
I kind of want to blame Fortnite, to be honest, because when it like as big as it got,
It's a hard
and
one, yeah.
the whole skin situation.
It's Epic with their battle pass definitely did do a lot of that stuff. I also think that mobile gaming had a lot to do with it as well, because a lot of companies saw like, hey, mobile gaming is really pulling in a lot of money, because you're playing these games. Oh, hey man, you're out of lives, but if you pay $2, you get to re-go again. So it's there's a bunch of that. Like for me, it really just comes down to, the publishers and the developers brought this stuff out, but for me, it's also I still lay some equal blame on like my position. I purchased microtransactions. I bought skins that I wanted.
Yeah.
You're encouraging them to do it, and I definitely encourage them. Like that's why when Halo Infinite came out, man, like I was buying skins up left and right, and then one day I was like, dude, they're in the first 3 months when I stopped, I'm like, they're not changing anything. It's the same game. There's so many mistakes being made, so many bugs, so many issues. I'm not buying any more stuff.
Yeah.
This is dumb.
And I had that issue with League of Legends. Like they had so many skins in that game, and like so many expensive skins.
Extremely.
The Ezreal skin, when I became a main of him, I saw that $30 skin and I was like, I could justify it. But like thinking about it now, I'm like, that was the dumbest purchase. Like
we all do it. We all do it.
Yeah.
All of us do it.
I get a new dance. I get some cool animations.
Dude, I can do the gritty in Fortnite for $14.99. Sign me up. It's like, dude, like, come on. But yeah.
It is crazy what the industry is, just the direction that they're going in.
Yeah.
Because it was going in such a good direction before.
It was.
Is just...
But that's the same issue that we have with esports. So the thing right now, and like this is where the esport bubble has burst. People keep telling me like, it may like it burst. It's still going down. This is not, esports is in a position right now where unfortunately, much like with video games, it was a cash cow. So, you look at the history of esports, you go from like Halo 2 and like even like before that, like the first ever like esports tournament was like Space Wars. But you follow like the track of it, and you get to where we are now. So when the Overwatch League came out is where cash really started to be injected into esports. You see like the gigantic deals, franchises being purchased, all this stuff. So all these outside companies and influencers and stuff were going, dude, it's a payday. It's a gold rush in esports. We should all go in and jump on this thing and pull as much cash as we can out of it. The issue is that's not how that works. If you're not trying to build out an infrastructure or an ecosystem that is sustainable, you're going to burn the thing out. So what you're having right now is in video games, that's happening a little bit. I think it will correct itself after some point. But in esports, it's the exact same issue. You have all these different companies that came in, and they abused esports to make a quick buck, jumped out of it, and now you're left in this position where all these organizations are having to come back and go, hey, how are we going to fix this thing? So that's what I'm involved with right now. Is I talk to all these different people involved with esports all around the country. Like, how are we going to make esports better going forward? Because what happened in the past cannot happen again. It's going to kill everything. I think esports has a very interesting and unique side of it that people always miss out on, which is you look at traditional sports. Not everyone can compete in traditional sports. However, you can compete in esports. There's ways for us to get you involved with esports. So for me, esports is very inclusive. Doesn't matter what your physical abilities are, you can compete in esports. Yeah. That's awesome. So we can like pretty much get rid of, like look at like the NBA, for example, you have like the women's NBA, the men's NBA. That's not a thing in esports. Yeah. I want to see that go away, and I want to see us bring in true competition all around like the United States. Let's get this thing going. And for us here at El Paso, we're trying to grow that up right now. So we're getting the schools, businesses, all these different things involved with it. We want to grow out El Paso's esports infrastructure. We want to be the center hub for Texas and then for the United States and get this thing to grow. but you have to do it the right way. So yeah, we're slow grinding. I would love to be out there and be like, yeah, dude, we're gonna raise like $300 million. It's not the right way to do it right now. We have to build the foundation first and then grow from there.
You get it. You understand it.
Yeah.
Oh man. So let's talk more about esports.
Yeah.
Do you have your 3 teams? Do you play on any of them?
No. So yeah, that's no. I am horrible. No, absolutely not.
I would have never guessed.
I am not an esports pro. I've never been on an esports team. We pay for our players to go compete. So we sponsor all of them, right? So right now, I keep saying 3 teams, but actually, Allie just went over to go play for somebody else right now. And she'll be back. We have our Trackmania roster. So we have Neil, Nix, and Charles. They compete in the Trackmania World Tour. They're one of the top teams in North Central and South America.
Damn.
For Mortal Kombat, we have King Gambler and we have Wise Gemini. So they are both Texas-based. King Gambler lives in Dallas. Wise Gemini actually lives here in El Paso. And the both of them are top players in Mortal Kombat. So they consistently hit top 8 in their events that they go and compete in.
Oh shit.
Wise Gemini actually made it to top 8 at the Final Combat, which is like their big end of the year tournament.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're representing El Paso like all around. So that's why you'll see if you ever watch Trackmania World Tour, if we win a tournament, they won't just chant USA, they'll also chant El Paso because they know that that we are El Paso based, which is pretty cool. But we are also looking at other things as well. So we are looking at different teams. I'm not going to drop them, right now. But we do have some major teams we're looking at getting involved with. Because we really do want to get out there and be like, hey, we are the professional arm for esports for El Paso.
Yeah.
And we're grinding hard for it, man.
That'd be sick. Like I can see it happening. Like the way that you talk about it, your passion, you're definitely going to get it. And
we have a lot of people that are helping us on the journey too. We have a lot of different companies, a lot of different people that are of high influence in El Paso. They see what we're doing. They've come alongside us. Hey, how can we help? And they're really making a big push for us, which is awesome to see because we put a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money into this thing.
Yeah.
But for us, dude, Damascus Gaming is that gift to El Paso. We want El Paso to be like, dude, we have this awesome esports team that care about El Paso, and we do. We love our city. And it's actually where the name Damascus Gaming comes from. So if you know anything about Damascus steel, you take different types of steel, you wrap it all together into one elegant blade. So it's not just one steel type, it's different steels all brought together. And it has this very unique pattern. I'm not sure if you can kind of see it on camera, but my jersey has a pattern on it. And basically it's a very elegant blade. It's a very sharp blade. And it's also very resilient. It doesn't lose its edge. It was a very, very useful weapon back in that time. That's what we're doing with El Paso. So we're bringing all the different parts of the city all together, high school, college, businesses. We're wrapping it all together, turning it into one blade, Damascus Gaming, and we're making that across the entire city. And we're going to go out there and we're going to dominate in esports all around the country.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
That's going to be cool when it does happen.
Yeah.
What would you say is like your dream game to have like an esports team on?
Dream?
Like if it could be any.
Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike, 100%.
Who was good at Counter-Strike? Someone said they were good at... Oh, Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I used to be really good at Counter-Strike. I have 2,000 hours in it.
North America has not had a really solid run for being a top Counter-Strike team in a very long time. I want to be the NA team to bring that back. I want to see El Paso represented on the world stage. My dream one day is to see our roster walk out of the main stage on Cologne, out in Germany, and dominate IEM Cologne. If that ever happens, dude, I'll probably be on camera with tears streaming down my face. Like, dream realized, dude. The next Rudy is gonna be about me, but no, like that's really like, for me. I never had, like, when I first was coming to El Paso, I should say this like it's funny. I got told when I was in the Army, when I was getting stationed here, you're gonna hate El Paso. It's a garbage city. It's trash. You're not gonna enjoy it. I got here, and for me, it was the exact opposite. I love El Paso. I fell in love with this place. El Paso has such a unique culture you don't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
We've got Juarez, El Paso, Horizon, Las Cruces. It's this culmination of different cultures that mixes so well together. You don't find it anywhere else. Which is why it drives me crazy when you hear people say like, "Oh, dude, like El Paso is a Wild West, and it's being overrun," and also, you don't know what you're talking about. Like El Paso is unbelievably special. There's a reason why I stayed here. I came from the East Coast. I was born and raised in Maryland, and I moved here, and I fell in love with this place. If I didn't like El Paso, I would not have built my company here. I love this place. This is a great city, and we want to make something special here. So for me, like what we're doing here is trying to bring bigger and better things to El Paso and also showcase El Paso is not what you see on the news. It's just not. I want people to see El Paso for what it is. It's a super special city. It's man, like it's just borderland. Like it's such an awesome place, and I love the people here. It's very, very special. I cracked the joke before. I'll crack it again. The only part of El Paso I do not like is I-10. I'm telling you, I-10 is a death trap.
Yeah, it's really just the drivers that are.
It's dude.
Just for me.
I loved what was someone put it up. I think it was either on FitFam or it was on like Reddit. But somebody posted like this, like Chat GPT wrote like this whole thing on El Paso, just like to roast El Paso. And I loved how it said like I-10 is a choose your own adventure death trap. And I was like, yes, that is so accurate, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, man. I had no idea you could get cut off 3 times in a row from 4 different directions.
Yeah.
That's I-10, dude.
Yeah. I saw it on a previous podcast, but there is someone that was driving in my lane heading towards me.
Yeah. And you're
just
like,
to make a U-turn.
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah.
What? Why?
So to this day, craziest thing I've ever seen on I-10. You're gonna think that I'm making this up. This is absolutely true. I was coming down past Yarborough. We're going eastbound because back up towards my house. Guy, driver's side front tire is gone. He's on his frame, sparks shooting out. This is the kicker. He's on his phone driving with his knees. He had that thing running on cruise control, dude. And I'm looking at this man going, if I didn't care for my life, like I'd be like, dude, Fit Fam, check this out, bro. But I was like, dude, like, I'm not gonna do this. But I could not. The fact it did not make it to Fit Fam blew my mind away. Because I'm looking at this, and by the way, this is like 5 o'clock in the evening. This is like there's significant traffic on the road, and he's just flying up the road, sparks shooting out the back. I'm like, bro, what is going on? He was in at least 55.
Crazy. 55.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Because I was like, I mean, I was only probably like 65, and I'm like moving past him. I'm like, dude, like you're actually maintaining pretty decent speed, but he like feels like knees on the wheel on his phone, sparks shooting out. I'm like, bro, is like I was like that was one of those times. I'm like, I hear about the Matrix conspiracy all the time, and I'm like, dude, like possibly, man, that was man, dude, dude, that was like could not believe what I was seeing.
Yeah. Some stuff here is just unbelievable.
Unreal. It was crazy. But I was like, dude, only on I-10. Only on I-10 will you see that. That's nowhere else will you see that. Yeah, I-10, man. Choose your own adventure death trap.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. So hopefully, like, dude, I'm hoping that somebody got a video of that and like is watching this. If you have a video of that, please send that over and I'll send it to FitFam because the world needs to know the truth.
The truth.
The truth will be known. Oh man, that was wild.
That's funny. That's funny.
It was crazy.
But damn, is there anything that you want to shout out, like or you want to shout out your podcast? Do you want to shout out like an event coming up?
For me, it's really just if you guys can just come down to the LAN Center, check out DamascusGaming.com. We've got all of our events up there. Make sure you guys are checking out all of our content. We're pretty much on any social media platform. We've got Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. Find us at Damascus Esports on the majority of those. But if you want to just find them easily, DamascusGaming.com. All the links are right there, good to go. We do a bunch of different events. If you want to do TCG, esports, whatever you want to do, we do them all the time. Come follow our teams. I say the same thing. You do not have to spend any money on us to support us. Dropping us follows is more than enough because for us, it helps us get the word out there that we're doing this thing. And we appreciate El Paso being so welcoming, man. Like, it's just been such a great ride, such a great journey. And come join us on the journey, man. We love having people be alongside of us on this thing, dude. It's going to be an awesome ride.
Yeah, we'll stick with you on that.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I was just saying, like, that's gonna be good to see.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We're out of questions.
Sweet.
Out of time. Yeah. Thank you for watching. This is Sun City SITREP, Deshaun Johnson, but you could call me DJ. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and we're out.
Oh, that went really, really, really well.
Hell yeah. That was really good.
That was awesome.
What up, Albert?
I heard her get in the dryer. I heard her.